Okay, so initially I was going to name this video something along the effects of we're going to get rid of your fears once and for all. We're not going to get rid of your fears. We are going to face your fears. And as I tell my daughter, she's 6, almost 7, bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's experiencing the fear and stepping up to the plate anyway. And that if you want to stand a chance against anything that you're fearful of, you have to look it in the eyes. If it's one thing that I realized once I started facing my bullies, when I started facing the things that I was afraid of, I realized that I had very little to be afraid of. So I think it's very important to acknowledge that. And a lot of us, we don't quite understand that until we feel like we have no other choice. And then we come to that realization. But having a great deal of experience with anxiety, I've been reintroduced to that lesson countless times until, it just now I'm sticking. Now I'm getting some motivation. Now it's like I got an edge. I have an edge. If you ever feel down and out on a downtrodden, you just kind of get to that point where it's like, bro, what do I have to lose? And that's why I need a lot of you people to like really question, like, what do you really have to lose? Like, what are you trying to preserve? You already feel like you got the earth's boot on your fucking neck, on your head. Like, what are you trying to preserve? You're trying to preserve your sadness, preserve what little pride you have. You're trying to, what, preserve poverty. Like, what are you trying to, your reputation? Nobody's thinking about you, all right? The higher you climb, the more eyes are going to be on you. That's the fact of the matter. And I'm not saying that so you should just go the other way or so you should just curl up in the ball. But where you are right now, nobody cares. And anybody who cares, they really don't matter. I'm telling you. Only losers focus on other people. Only losers focus on trying to criticize people and talk down on people. That's what losers do. Winners understand that your brain only has a certain amount of occupancy, a certain amount of space, and it must be used to solve complex problems. Okay, you have so many problems to be solving, to be worried about other people, to be gossiping. That's why I'm not like a big fan of all these gossip shows and all this catty reality TV stuff. It kind of puts you in a daze, it puts you in a trance. Meanwhile, actual reality is going on and you're just like falling behind. You're drowning yourself in one thing or another to kind of numb yourself, to hide, to escape from reality. But you never really escape. You just kind of prolong the inevitable. When things are actually getting worse, you're not actually convincing yourself that things are right, things are better. You're like being distracted. But anyway, I was reading something and it said something along the lines of in 100 years, 7 billion people will be gone. 7 billion people who are alive right now will be gone. Of course, there's some people who are alive right now that may still be alive. We're talking about 100 years from now, so like newborns would just be 100. So there's definitely going to be some people. But say all of that to say, uh, like, who are you living for? Like, what are you even worried about? Like, when it's all said and done, no matter how you choose to play this game of life, we're all going into the dirt. We're all going to, get burned. And it's there's an ending to this. And what truly matters is what we do until then. Do you really want to spend your life? Because I didn't necessarily address it yet. But the modern epidemic, as I'm sure you know, is the fear of what people have to say about us, what people think about us, opinions. And social media has caused that epidemic to spread like wildfire. It seems like nothing we do is good enough. We get on social media, we see everybody's perfect lives, and we compare their highlights to our lowlights, to how we feel in any given moment. And it just makes us feel worse. And we tend to gravitate towards our negative coping mechanisms, whether that's TV or drugs or the alcohol, or trying to get quick fixes, or trying to play sour grapes and get into this gossip thing and talk down on people, or all the things that you can get lost in. There's so many things you can do to cope that doesn't actually help your situation, but once again, it just kind of numbs you in a sense. So we fear what people may think about us. And I know this because I've experienced this as well. I've experienced this because we're worried about things that may or may not happen, but it isn't happening. And if it did happen, would that be the worst thing? It wouldn't. It wouldn't destroy us. It wouldn't kill us. Absolutely not. But I have found myself at times when I would be working on my art, working on music and stuff, and just be thinking like, oh, I don't think this particular friend that I have in mind would like this. Like I would really bring my friend who doesn't really give a shit about my music at all, is why I'm distancing myself from him. I'm worried about what he would think about my music, or what he would think about my taste. So it's very important that you get to a point of indifference, because for one, this particular family member or friend may never say anything about your art, may never say anything negative, may not say anything, just may be indifferent, no matter if it matters to you or not. But because they're so close to us, we're more sensitive to them, that if they were to say something negative about it, it could shut us down. And so it's a great practice that when you are with yourself, it starts with yourself, it doesn't end there, but when you are with yourself, you make it known that this is your life. You run your life. This is your life. You're going to do it on your terms. You're going to master what it means to be you. You're going to become yourself. You're going to become your greater self, your greatest self. And it's paramount. And it's more imperative now than ever before, in the age of distraction, in the age of fear, when it comes to what other people may have to say about us, when it comes to groupthink, when it comes to the societal structure that says you have to pass this particular bar. And it's funny because it's this weird thing, because it's like this society is built for you to like feel pressure to kind of keep up with it, but it's mediocre. So if you stick to your own guns, you will quite literally be above it. Okay, so then the game becomes stay autonomous, stay sovereign, stay focused on your mission at hand, because you will reach a point, and it's not hard and it won't take long. If you stay true to yourself, you will reach a point where the societal standards, not only do they not fit your standards of who you are, your brand is just so much greater, but there will still be some type of pressure for you to like fit in with that, because you can be kind of confused or tricked into believing that because you're living life in your own unique way that you're actually behind, but you're really ahead. You know what I'm saying? You're comparing yourself to people in a society, in this type of matrix that's meant to keep you small. And that's why it's important that you really learn what it means to be yourself, that you find your voice, that you put a lot of time into what it means to be you, put a lot of time into your craft, because you will build up a competency. You become a master of yourself, because you mastered yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. And then that will give you the confidence to face the world around you with your head up. Along the way, you'll learn your weaknesses. You will learn your strengths. And I'm telling you, and I'm encouraging you to play to your strengths and work on your weaknesses in the interim, in between time. But always play to your strengths. And whoever you are, you hold great conviction. You know what I mean? And be proud of yourself that you won't cave, that you won't give into a society that does not favor you. Be proud of yourself that you will dance to the beat of your own drum. You are a special person. There's something special inside of you. You have to cultivate it. You have to incubate it. You have to bring it to the forefront so you can be the greatest version of yourself. All right? So I hope that helps. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to reflect on this video, and I'll be thinking of some other things I'd like to add to this video. But I hope this helps. Best wishes. Remain yourself. There will never be another you. All right. See you.